Well, and indeed, the Lord has done great and mighty things, bringing us once again into another week. You're welcome to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana Live on Metro TV. We're live from the North Ridge Studios. And it is the 15th of April, 2024. We thank God for yet this day, and we're going to go through the matters of the nation. Which matters are arising? We're starting with the headlines on the newspapers. I start off with the Daily Graphic. Country reaches staff level agreement supports governments to implement IMF deal. Finance Minister to Ghanaians. Country reaches staff level agreement supports government to implement IMF deal. After 8 months delay, Minister takes delivery of health commodities. Antibiotics abuse threat to antimicrobial resistance. Professor Sampane Donko. 2 die in youth Navy clash. 2 die in youth Navy clash. Ghanaian Times. IMF bailout second review meeting. Ghana to receive $360 million third-term tranche. Awaits management. Executive board approval. Support homegrown initiatives against insecurity. Kandapar tells Western partners. GRA clears 14 out of 182 containers locked up at the Tema Port. Hands over products to Health Ministry. Kwabena Boateng wins Ejiso constituency NPP primaries as Christopher Arthur defeats incumbent in Agona West. 2 dead, 3 injured in Navy Blejo group clash in Tema Newtown. Daily Guide. MOH clears 14 essential medicine containers from port. Kwabena Boateng wins Ejiso NPP polls. Tema youth Navy clash, 2 dead. JK Hoggle Transport wins Total Energies Awards. Rotary International Honors Dampare. Crusading Guide, the new Crusading Guide. Unnecessary taxes to be abolished. Alan Tremartin promises Guta. The world cannot be safe if West Africa remains unsafe. Honorable Kandapar. Rotary International confers prestigious Paul Harris Fellow Medal on IGP. Court chases Chinese woman with arrest warrant over cantonment's lands. IMF confirms Ghana's economic revival. The top right corner says Aliu Farouk or Faluk Ayulu Mahama confirmed as MPP in the parliamentary candidate. The Insight newspaper. Economic mess deep. Varsity Dawn laments bad state of Ghana's economy. China and Russia affirm stance on multipolar world, not unilateral order. A Sojaman MP in tears over 530% rise in cost of Hajj pilgrimage under President Akufo-Addo. Come clear on Doomsor Professor Adai to government. Ignore the ugly noise. Nyantechi tops all in Ejiso race delegates. Informer. Reject fake news. Akufo-Addo urges public. Mahama accuses Akufo-Addo of packing the courts, skewing electoral system. IMF thumbs up Ghana over strong macroeconomic gains, assures of next tranche of $360 million bailout. Varsity Dawn bemoans use of foul language, parliament caught in the web. Attacks on naval base, military warns Tema youth. The top right corner says that 30% transport fare increment illegal. Public told. The Inquisitor. Acting before thinking. Why Snake Boss was fired. Plot was hatched long ago. Now, NPP confirms Farouk Mahama as Yendi parliamentary candidate. UCC Council Chair sparks confusion over appointment of Registrar, DHR. Chinese Iron Lady partner declared wanted over cantonment lands. Now, the Inquisitor is appreciating someone. It says that the Omabo family of Osu, Accra, and the management of the Inquisitor newspaper are exceedingly grateful to all who in diverse ways supported the burial and final funeral rites of the late Samuel Norte Kojo Omabo. Okay, we appreciate your kind gestures. Custodian. The custodian. Arrest warrant for Chinese Iron Lady, one other. It's crucial to work overtime. That's con to GARID, Gary Projects Contractors. IMF lauds government for economic recovery. Support domestic initiatives against insecurity. Kandapa urges Western partners. Save our lives. HIV patients to Akufo-Addo. The Ghanaian Observer, IMF scores Ghana high on economic management. Teachers group advocates for women as MPP running mate. Minister charges contractors. Kandapa bemoans West Africa insecurity. Rotary International honors Dampare for quality leadership. The Inquisitor, the Statesman, the Daily Statesman. Rotary International honors IGP. Contractors on guard. Projects tasked to expedite work. Kandapa urges global support against terrorism. The big one, Ghana in steady progress. IMF affirms recovery, economic recovery. Roads Ministry exonerated in corruption allegations. 2023 STEM Innovation Champions depart for international showcase. The Ghanaian Publisher, IMF okays $360 million for Ghana. Court issues arrest warrant for Chinese Iron Lady over cantonment land. ECOWAS security challenges. Kandapa suggests homegrown solutions. And GAF explains shooting in Tema, Newtown. The New Finder. Alan promises to abolish unnecessary taxes on imports. Performance tracker. 74 omitted projects added. 67 wrong entries deleted. And then Kandapa solicits Western support for anti-terrorism initiatives. $360 million IMF third tranche booked. Board approval and disbursement expected in June. Daily Post. Mahama celebrated at Africa Heritage Awards in Lagos for his exemplary leadership. NDC to fire RTI requests over missing Electoral Commission laptops and BVDs. Attempts to rename Ameri Power Plant shameful. Amaboa slams Akufo-Addo. And that's it for the headlines on the front pages. Let's go for a break. We're back shortly. All right, you're very welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana. This morning, I have two women with me that I wish to congratulate either way with different reasons. Yes, different activities, different events, and different happenings in their lives. I'm excited to have the both of you this morning. Good morning to you. To both of you.
Good morning.
Dara Musa Saka, the Deputy Executive Secretary for the Coastal Courier Services Regulatory Commission. Good morning.
Good morning, Annie.
And you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was the whole season of fasting and prayers?
It was quite fulfilling. We all have different capacities. For me, the nature of the season makes it difficult to do things that you do on a normal day. I mean, apart from going to work, doing what you're supposed to work, other activities. By the time you're there, and this particular Ramadan was quite, I say difficult because of the weather.
Because of the weather?
It was quite hot. And there's no water, there's no food. So the risk of dehydration and all that.
There's no water, there's no food where?
No, you don't eat, you don't take water, you don't eat from
but you are
sun.
From sunrise?
Oh, yeah. From dawn to dark.
To sunset?
Yes. So you just need to be careful. And by the time you're done praying all the prayers you have from Taraweeh to doing your Tajud to coming to Fajr. It's quite draining. So early mornings become quite difficult. But all in all, it's quite fulfilling. I mean, anything that enhances your spirituality, especially it being a pillar of Islam too.
Yeah.
For me, it was a process that was fulfilling, re-energized me, and we're back to doing what...
You're back purified?
Of course.
You're purified.
You can't go through 30 days of Ramadan. For us women, mostly you're unable to do 30 days. But depending on your cycle, you can manage it, because if it's before and just after, you may probably miss the prayers. But it's not all that. But I mean, it's a period of worship, ibadah. It's a period of supplications. I mean, that's the month in which the Quran was revealed. So the last 10 days, Laylatul Qadr is another very important night, the night of power. So look out for all that. So it's a very humbling and fulfilling spiritual exercise.
Did you travel?
No.
Okay.
I was here. I'm happy and glad I had life, I had the energy to go through it. We pray that all our supplications, all our ibadah, the du'as we made, especially for forgiveness and all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens to them, grants us everything, and also gives us the strength to keep to our Ramadan lifestyles. Because it's a whole exercise, and the tendency of moving back to just living
normal
the way
life.
you're living is very high. So we just pray He gives us that capacity to live the way.
Let me find out, when you are going through the season, do your children join the fasting period? Or some do?
Some do, depending on the age. Ideally, a child should be praying by 7 years.
Oh, okay. In the Islamic religion?
Well, ideally.
Okay.
I mean, it's how you train them. Some can do earlier than that. Some do it later than that. But ideally, at 7 years, the child knows at least
Developed
the basic
enough.
rights and wrong, can understand some of these timings.
That's interesting.
But
The reason I'm asking this
is how you bring up.
Yeah, the reason
your
I'm asking
child.
this is when you are doing Eid,
Yeah.
they
take the shine.
They steal the show.
You are drained.
They steal the show. I mean, you
So,
see the children, and I'm wondering, do you understand what's going on? Sometimes you see very little kids, and they are all over the place, super excited.
They understand.
And I'm wondering, okay, what's going on here?
Especially when you are dealing with Gen Alphas like I am.
Right.
You have discussions. They need to understand. Sometimes the questions they ask. And for children in madrasas and what we popularly call makrantes, they understand because their ustaz and teachers teach them these basic ones. So for where my kids go to like this, there was a day for iftar.
Right.
That's meeting to break the fast and all that. And they performed, recited the Quran, recited some of the hadiths, portrayed what they understand and have been taught. So it's all about picking them from early ages and all. Then they ask questions. So you must also be upgrading your knowledge, especially for those of us who didn't really have the opportunity to complete the Quran and are still learning. You need to upgrade yourself every day because the kids ask a lot of difficult questions.
I think I need to upgrade myself every day.
The times that we are in, they are exposed to so much, especially when you have your children also going to secular.
So talking about children, last week, someone dear to me actually mentioned something and I couldn't, overlook it.
Yeah.
So I decided to book it and ask questions when necessary.
Hey.
And I think the necessary time is now.
Hey.
So this is from the Department of the Air Force, Director of Admission Headquarters, United States Air Force Academy, USAF, or I don't know if they say USAF, Academy, Colorado. And addressed Colonel Candice L. Pipes, Director of Admissions, blah, blah, blah. The address is there. USAF Academy, blah, blah, blah. And then another address is Sewenam Makafui Avle, 10 Comet Boundary Road, Accra, Ghana. That's on the screen. So it says, congratulations. Congratulations, you have been selected for an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy as an international member of class of 2028. Then, there's another one that says that a future with a company specializing in future. When you graduate, you won't have to worry about finding a job from flying to cyber logistics space at the USA Air Force Academy. The sky is no longer your limit. These people can brag, I tell you. Then, there's another one. Okay, I think, okay, I've had enough. I've just said enough because let me just let it out of your mouth. Congratulations.
Andy, you took me by surprise.
The mother of the latest admittance.
Andy, you surprised me. You surprised me. I knew I told you, but not into details like this.
I told you that I have congratulations to give to both of you.
Oh, my goodness.
But in different shapes and sizes. Congratulations. Yeah.
Annie.
Tell me about it.
Oh, this morning I'm humbled.
Yes.
There's a God that we serve, and when you trust that God in your most difficult times, He certainly will come through for you. And like you said, I'm happy my daughter, Sewenam, has been appointed into the Air Force, U.S. Air Force, and she's going to train to become a pilot. Next time you are returning from the USA, she might be the one. She might be the one bringing you to Ghana.
I'm sitting here thinking I'm also the friend to the mother of the
pilot. I'm blushing. Annie, it has been a very difficult journey. I've struggled so much with my kids. And, they didn't go to the normal stream. And so they went to international schools and paying the dollars. You see, I don't wear Revon. I don't have Brazilian hairs and things. Oh, please. I don't have the money
you have to
buy
spend it
them.
on school fees.
Yes, I have to spend.
That's funny.
I have to spend every penny on school fees, you see, and pay my kids' school fees. And at a point, I think the other time you were asking me, were they the ones that went to court and all that? Yeah.
Over same school fees issues.
Over same school fees issues, I have really struggled. And it's because of this NPP government that have not ruled the country well. They have messed up the country. As when I started paying dollars, the dollar was
She's mad.
Let me tell you. When I started paying dollars, the dollar was 4 cedis. And then along the line, as my kids got to their final year, the dollar became 15 cedis. And so you can imagine, and with those international schools, as the dollar changes, your school fees also changes. So every week you receive a new letter. So per the rates of the dollar, there's a new invoice for fees, and that is what parents that have their kids in the international schools go through. Yes, and so it's very traumatic, and it's all because of this bad governance. And you don't tell me I'm deviating. It's part of it.
You are.
And so thank God.
Let the child enjoy in peace. Just mad. When we finish, then we can move into another stage.
Oh, Manny, you surprised me. I didn't know you saw all
last
that.
week. I think Thursday.
You knew from Thursday?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Who told you?
Oh, I said someone dear to me.
Hey, Annie, Ghana for.
We don't disclose our sources. I'm a journalist. I don't disclose my sources. Well, it's a private matter. I mean, if it's a home family, you probably will be celebrating at home alone.
Yes.
But I mean, we should. And you see, I mentioned on the platform because it's a child of Ghana.
Yes.
It's a child of the soil.
And a girl for that matter.
It will be very. Pardon?
A girl for that matter.
And a girl for that matter. Yes. Hey, you have to remind me of that.
And a girl for that matter.
A girl for that matter.
Oh, no.
In the area of STEM.
Yes. In the area of STEM, you see. So the NPP government, the same one you are mentioning.
The NPP government have not done anything.
How
they've
not done anything.
No, they've messed up the
country.
They have given you...
attribute my daughter's issues.
Forget about congratulations.
Anyway, but
congratulations to all of us.
Yes.
I mean, Sewenam is a very clever girl. I've trained my daughters very well. integrity is very important in this journey of life. And so when you have integrity, beyond the sky is always your limit.
Right.
And this morning, I want to also congratulate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for receiving
the
award, the African Advancement Award for exemplary leadership. When they say exemplary leadership, and it's a big deal, it means that he listens. It means that he's capable. He's led a good life. The good people of Ghana trust him. The global world believe in him. And so he's a global icon. And I want to congratulate him for receiving the Exemplary Leadership Award. And lastly, let me also send condolences to Professor Dumont. And my big sister, Auntie Jifa Gomashi. You know Auntie Jifa Gomashi? When I was in 7th grade, we started By the Fireside. Yes. And then it was Auntie Jifa and Mami Dokno who used to come and take us on set to do the By the Fireside. I wish that
I told the children who were in Fireside, they were the ABBEYs of the time.
We were not Dadabees. Our mothers and parents were hustlers. They were hustling to pay school fees. I've been sacked school fees so many times. So many times. So condolences to Professor Dumont and the entire family. We pray that God strengthens them in these difficult times.
My pastor said something this weekend when we went to church. He said that, life is ups and downs, and it's a mixture of like a fruit salad.
Yes.
There are some you taste and it's nice. There are some you taste and it's very nice. It's very bad.
Okay.
It's bitter. It's sour. So it comes in very different shapes and sizes. So some are congratulations, condolences, and things like that. But we take it in good stride.
Yeah. So in all things, we have to give thanks to God. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Right. All right. So in all things, giving thanks to God. If you're also giving thanks to God, then remember to use the Kel 360 toothpaste to protect your family's teeth, and it's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. So the Kel 360 toothpaste provides you and the family with all-round dental protection throughout the day and freshness. And also, it's good for kids, children, adults. Let the family be proud of it as they use it. It brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and with its cool mint, gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. Consistency and quality. Use Kel 360 toothpaste. And it's also available on the markets and malls and provision shops. Call them. They're provided by, it's a product from Samara Company, and you can call them on 0246-864-798. Kel 360 toothpaste, happy smile. Lift and elevator is also still around if you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor without having challenges climbing your mansions. You want them to come into your home and install a customized one for you. Lift and elevators have you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's also simple and self-supported for both homes and offices. Guess what? It can also lift your goods. Wheelchairs can fit, and they come in custom-made modules as well. So it is affordable and can be installed within 3 days. So call them. They are available at Sakumono. Call them on 0200-535-515 or send them an email on elevators@gmail.com for consultations and best solutions in easy vertical movements. So, now, last week we started discussing the issue of the, what is it called? The performance tracker. Yes, performance tracker. It was actually launched by government last week, and Friday we started a talk. But after, the day ended, then government released a statement. I'm not sure if maybe our discussions exposed a few things. So government released a statement updating us, and it said 67 entries mistakenly included in the performance tracker. Government has admitted that 67 entries were mistakenly included in the list of projects featured on the performance tracker following the launch. In a tweet, Ministry of Information expressed appreciation for the significant interest showed by the citizens in the tracker. Following the successful launch of the performance tracker, government expresses gratitude for the remarkable interest and scrutiny from citizens. This level of engagement demonstrates a public commitment to ensuring the accuracy and integrity of the information provided. Within 48 hours following the launch, our attention has been drawn to 67 entries which were erroneously included. Now, the tweet concluded. The performance tracker introduced by the government on Wednesday, April 10, 2024, aims to promote transparency and accountability in the implementation of infrastructure projects nationwide. And the minister, during the launch, Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah, emphasized its role in enhancing the transparency, accountability in infrastructure projects across the country. He noted that the tracker addresses long-term standing concerns regarding the accuracy and reliability of the presentations, particularly regards the use of artist impression to depict outcomes. Furthermore, the tracker currently showcases over 13,000 projects nationwide. I'll start with you. I just wanted to make reference to the new ones that we're told have been added, about 70 something.
74.
74 has been added, and 67 have been taken out because they were mistakenly entered by government grade. I found the finder actually. So the Finder newspaper says that 74 omitted projects added, 67 wrong entries deleted. Page 10 of the Finder says that, page 10? Okay, you said page 10, but it's not at page 10, so what do I do? Okay, so I think, Larato, I'll just start talking. That's when I find the story, we'll read it. Yeah. So we've gone through the weekend. I think more analysis has been done on some various platforms, news platforms, and more exposés, more clarity, or more clarifications, more discussions have been done. So far, how far?
Good morning to you once again. Good morning to our viewers, and good morning to Anikia. Performance tracker. For a monitoring and evaluation biased person like me, these things are the way to go. Transparency, accountability are the way to go. Government comes into power, sets up. Whatever government does is based on taxes and other levies and other contributions fundamentally from citizens. Because even grants and loans and other funding that comes in also come in the name of the Republic of Ghana. So by extension, it's for the people of Ghana. So whatever is done for and on behalf of the people of Ghana. And so the best way to let people know what is happening is to be accountable and transparent in the process. In His Excellency, the President's SONA address, he mentioned that there was going to be a launch of this tracker that is going to enhance transparency and accountability. Because that persistent question of what is the money being used for hasn't been today. It's been persistent for years. And in the era that we live in, the best way, going digital in the era of digitalization and re-digitizing our systems, the best way is to go digital with this accountability and transparency. I mean, you might print a document, how many people get access to it, but once that process or document is online, everyone across the world, whether Ghanaians living in Ghana or living abroad. Anybody have access to it. Every system, when set up, comes with some teething problems. And I want to agree or state that that's what the system is going through. I mean, since we started using mobile phones, periodically you get notifications to update your operating system. When you are using an app, you get updates periodically, enhancing it. Someone is just bug fixes and all that, but it's continuous enhancement, and that's what the tracker will be going through. It's not a one-time app or system that everything that is keyed in becomes static and nothing can be done about it. It's good that Ghanaians are going through it and pointing out certain errors and certain... this is data. That is why there's always a margin of error when you're dealing with a huge chunk of data. When you're doing a survey, a research, whatever, there's a margin of error that is allowed. And I don't think out of over 13,000 projects, 67. And even in addition, even if we want to do what you do the maths, 67, 74. There's still some improvement on it. So we urge Ghanaians. It's our money that has been used. And what is on the tracker is mainly, hugely infrastructure projects, because those are the ones that you and I can see and relate to. No, I mean, money is used for other soft issues, other policy
that's not
implementation
exactly factual,
projects.
because there's this...
I said most of them. I didn't say everything there is infrastructure.
Oh, okay.
There are some, like when you're talking about free SHS, the number of enrollment.
No, I wasn't... You said most of them are...
Yes, most are infrastructure projects. But what I'm saying, I said most. I didn't say everything there is infrastructure project. So let's take free SHS, for example. There are some infrastructural improvements that's going on. There are labs that have been built for schools all over the country. Those are infrastructure. But when it comes to enrollment, it's not necessarily, but it's part of what money has been used for in terms of that policy. So it's not every policy or every government decision that ends up in an infrastructure. But mostly you see those things, because definitely you can implement a quality school program without some level of infrastructure. If for nothing at all, even if you are not building new labs, you need to enhance the labs, for instance. So all those things are there. It's up to all of us. It's open to everybody. Nobody is blocked from it. And we use apps. Since we started using an app like Facebook, which is commonly used, or WhatsApp, which is commonly used in our jurisdiction for information sharing and all that. Now, every media house virtually goes live on those things. So even when you're not watching TV, you still have access to information. It wasn't like this when we were using it in the early 2000s. You know, now you can even decide on what to see and what not to see. That is what a system brings. So this is not a static system, it's a live system. It's not. It's just that when you're starting, you need to have a data set. And the data set that was used was cut off in June 2023. Definitely after June 2023, a lot of projects have also come up. So all those things, it will be updated periodically. There's a team at the back end that deals with all those things. So it's up to us to give the feedback and make sure that this is improved. Then we can see what our money is being used for. And it needs to be continuous.
How much have we put in the Zongo Development Fund so far?
How much have you put? Do you have the tracker on your phone?
Yes, I have the tracker on my phone.
So why don't you go there?
So, oh, you made me miss it. Okay, so I'm seeing some jerseys that have been supplied to Zongo communities. I just opened it, I missed it. So let me open it again.
See within the Zongo
I'm just
Development
asking,
Fund?
I'm asking pertinent questions. So
Okay,
I've seen,
go
okay,
ahead.
so Zongo Development Fund has been captured right at the, just at the opening of the tracker. It's one of the drops. And you just scroll down and you find it. So just if you're struggling, you want to go through it as performance tracker, right? Then you can scroll down. You find the Zongo Development Fund, okay? Developing and transforming social economic conditions of Zongo community. And I picked on Zongo Development Fund because a lot of people want to know really what has been done with the Zongo Development or what has been put in there. Now, you open the Zongo Development Fund and what you see is basic school education, right? We have dual desks supplied to Zongo basic schools, 29. And remember last week when we were discussing Friday, I mentioned that the tracker makes provision for the source of their documents. So if it's road construction, you will see that beneath it, it's highlighted in blue. They write, the ministry in charge of roads ministry, yeah. So they'll connect it to roads ministry and you open. But this one is Zongo Development Fund. So you see that's highlighted in blue, source. Now, basic school textbook supply to Islamic education units, 60,000. Then we have capacity building, vocational and entrepreneurship training, 1,200. Capacity building. So Zongo youth provided with vocational and entrepreneurship training in 2018. Numbers 1,200. And then we have under citizens protection, supply and installation of street lights under ZODF or ZODF. 85 street lights installed in some Zongo communities to improve safety since 2018. Okay, 85 of them. Drains and access road constructed under ZODF, again, 7 kilometers. Drains and access road constructed under Zongo Development Fund since 2017 is 7 kilometers. Infrastructure projects, mechanized community water system under the Zongo Development Fund is 85 in 2018. And then we have education project under Zongo Development Fund, 59. Scholarship, provision of educational grant Zongo, 404. To Zongo needy students, 404. Sports facilities. And then, now this is what caught my attention. Sets of jersey to Zongo community teams. Sets of jersey to Zongo community teams. We've provided 28 sets of jerseys to the Zongo community teams. We did that in 2017. We did that as a country in 2017. AstroTurfs constructed. Oh, let me leave the AstroTurf for AstroTurf. I think it's a big project. So now, institution of toilet constructed under Zongo Development Fund. Institutional toilet facilities constructed under the Zongo community since 2018. They are 11. They number 11. Okay, so that's what we've captured under the Zongo performance tracker. Do we know how much we have put in the Zongo fund, Laratu?
Annie, I'll need to check on the figure for that.
Yeah.
If you just want to limit that basically with the support that has been given to the Zongo communities with respect to the Zongo Development Fund, I mean, why do you create funds? You create funds to enhance the needs of people in a catchment area. Mm-hmm. And the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government, which is Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of the MPP, found it prudent to enhance the well-being of people in our Zongos. So I was thinking that when you go further than when you drill down, 28 jerseys. If jerseys are what a particular community needs, I mean, these things, you just don't go and give the people what you think they need. You engage them. there's some level of engagement, some level of stakeholder engagement. So if that is what the people needed, the youth in the community, and I mean, everybody who's followed our football growth in this country, a chunk of our players are identified in most of these areas. So if they need jerseys to enhance sports, their sports capacity in addition to the AstroTurf, I don't think it's a ridiculous thing and anybody should make light of it.
Now remember
because what you may think is essential to you may not be what is essential to another person.
I agree with you.
So I don't think this is something that we need to
say that this tracker is to enhance accountability, right?
Yes.
Listen to this story. This story was written by Ghana Web. It says, evaluating Bawumia's credibility and reliability, is Zongo a cautionary perspective for Zongo communities? November 2023, Monday, 27 November 2023.
That it was written by who?
Sorry?
That it was written by who?
Sadiq Abubakar, former parliamentary aspirant for Ayawaso North.
Okay.
Now, it says in 2017, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia made a promise to the Muslim Zongo communities in Ghana, pledging to establish a Zongo Development Fund with an annual allocation of $50 million. However, lack of transparency and accountability surrounding the fund current status raises concerns about Bawumia's credibility and reliability. Now, the article aims to present a cautionary perspective for the Zongo communities, urging them to carefully consider Bawumia's track record and potential implications of supporting blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's political, but let's go here. Despite the passage of 5 years since the promise was made, there is a distinct lack of transparent information regarding the fund's financial allocation and disbursement. Now, this opacity raises concerns about the accountability and the effective utilization of the promised $350 million without clarity on the fund status. It becomes difficult to trust the commitment. So reliability and trustworthiness. Reliability and a crucial characteristic of any political leader. It encompasses the ability to fulfill promise, act with transparency, and be accountable to the electorates. The lack of transparency surrounding the Zongo Development Fund and the uncertainty regarding its current status call to question the, I don't want to mention names again, reliability and the leader making the promises. Trust, the importance of trust in governance. The trust or foundation of healthy democracy is essential for citizens, blah, blah, blah. I'd say it's English. But basically, the point is, you say you are putting some amount of money in establishing a fund, right? Now, the accountability and trustworthiness, whatever we want to develop, is based on the amount we know you've actually allocated into the fund. Then when we are doing the accounts, we can know that, okay, this amount can do this, can do that, can do that, or this is how much we have been able to. Because if you look at the performance tracker, it is specific under the fund, under Zongo Development Fund. So if you include the Zongo Development Fund in the performance tracker, you should let us know how much was put in the fund because you made a promise. So firstly, tell us how much you've put in a fund. Then, when we know how much you've put in a fund, you can give us a breakdown of what has been done here. But right now, we know that projects have been done. It's stated here. We'll have to go and check. But projects have been done. From which fund?
Honey, when you say you have to go and check, I mean, in these days, like what I'm seeing here, there's a 6-unit classroom block at Tunga. That's Ablekuma West. It's not far from here. Should have checked by now. 6-unit classroom block at Akante, Fulani, Zongo, Upper Menya Krobo district. I'm sure you have correspondence there. 6-unit classroom block at Pando. I mean, these things can be verified. But I was just wondering the essence of this write-up. Granted, there was some amount that was quoted for. So I was waiting for you to go further, probably tell me, maybe he sought for details and hasn't gotten. Then we can have a proper conversation.
Oh, but you
but
don't,
just to
you don't have to,
these sentiments, no.
You don't have to underestimate some of these articles. These articles are written based on follow-ups You will follow up. I didn't read the whole thing, but you will follow up. If you follow up, and you see, there's a part I read. Hold on, there's a part I read that raised the issue of opacity, which means that the person making this article has gone a step further to do checks, research, and is not getting the information. So it feels like there's so much opacity around this fund that you say you've created. It's not, somebody will not just sit in their bedroom and get up and write articles without doing any work.
You see, the way you even open your article has a way of bringing out your motive. What was his motive? His motive was fundamentally to attack the credibility of Dr. Bawumia. And that's it. You read it. And at a point you said, oh, this is political. Didn't you make that comment? That this is political. You made that comment. I wasn't reading it. This is my first time of hearing about it. I haven't seen this article. But what I'm saying is, look, when we are seeking accountability for money that we all contribute to, fantastic. But in what context? In what quest? The projects have been listed here. Obviously, these projects were done with money. They were not conjured. They were done with money. They went through procurement processes. You don't just get up and build a classroom unit. You don't just get up and get a dual desk. But if it's gotten to a point where, because no government money is just allocated, it goes through a process. There's a budget that is read. Our members of parliament go through these budgets at their committee levels. You go and justify why you should be allocated some level of fund. So if it's figures we need from the Zongo Development Fund, I think it's something that we should be able to get from them. I don't think they are running a fund just on the whims and caprices of an individual. And I think these are some of the things, Annie, when you keep telling me you are a journalist, these are some of the things I also think that you need to get for reading some of these articles. The Zongo Development Fund Secretariat is an office. There's a human being.
Let me tell you something.
You get it. So like last week, gone there and not gotten information, that's a different conversation. Last week, because whoever is running the fund is accountable to all of us.
We almost had a communication barrier problem with someone listening to one of the guests on the show and thinking, if you're not the minister and you have come, why do you tell me you're not the minister? You speak for the government. Yes. We've told you what we're going to discuss. Yes. It is your responsibility to call. It's all part of the work. Yes. My work is not only to go into wear Wellington boots and go into the field. It sometimes also requires that once I bring you into the studio, you're able to provide me some of the information or the questions I ask. If you don't ask it, if you don't have the answer, I will respect that. But you cannot just be pushing as though, excuse my word, we don't know our job. We don't know where to go to. Of course, we know where to go to. But why we've called you here is because we also know who to speak to when we need some information and we think it's even easier to get. So I think that sometimes it's unfair on us as journalists for these attacks to be coming anyhow. As if, I mean, that's why you've come. So if you don't have, I mean, I will appreciate if you don't have, because the Zongo Development Fund, I'm not sure anyone can even text me that, Annie, this is how much we have now. If anyone can do that, I'll be grateful. Annie. But it's all parts of working together. And nobody has an agenda of trying to bring government down. If you say that it is see something, say something, and do not be a spectator, we're not being spectators. And information, Kojo Oponko now roads minister, what's his ministry? Western Housing now has even indicated that they are happy with the feedback. We are engaging. The whole of the weekend.
Of course.
Yes, with the whole of the weekend, we've gone through the tracker. We've done screenshots of things that we think we should ask questions about. Yeah. And I think we should be welcomed than throwing attacks as though we don't know.
That's why I'm saying that, Annie, if the writer of this article tells me that they weren't looking for information at the fund or even, let's say, the finance ministry, because in sometime in November 2023, the finance minister then stated that the government had pumped a little over 190 million into the Zongo Development Fund.
That's exact.
You get it. So that's why I'm saying that, look, allocations...
This was when
2023, November 2023. I think it's 190, let me check. 190.3 million under Zongo Development Fund. That was November 2023. We are talking about a start of some 50 million. The finance minister then mentioned 190.3 million. Right. So it's been added on. How are these allocations done? They are done through Parliament. Definitely it goes into the budget. So these things, so if I say you need to verify these things, it's not an attack on you. Because I didn't know you were going to read this article. I've not cited this article. So I can give you information I have as at the time that I'm having a discussion with you on air. That doesn't mean that as communicators too, we have every issue. Today, there's the performance tracker. If we think, and the feedback is, let's add funding sources, let's add the money to it, the budget to it. Why not? If it's something that is feasible, the team has already shown, the leadership has already shown that we want feedback from Ghanaians. Why would we come out with a statement and say our attention has been drawn out of to 67 projects and they've been taken off? That is what you do with feedback. Continuous improvement. Right. What if we hadn't made that statement? It would have just been speculation as usual. But we've admitted to it. And in addition to that, there are some 74. Because these things go through validation.
The 74, the find that you cannot deceive us. You can't write such a headline on your front page. And I'm looking for the story. I've gone through the whole paper. The headline of performance tracker 74.
Are you attacking your colleagues?
No, I'm not attacking them. Okay. I'm telling them that they can't deceive the public. This is for the public to read. So you write page 10, and then I go to page 10.
If I had done this, you'd have said I'm attacking journalists.
No, it will be genuine because you found something and you're making it clear. I mean, if you find something and you're telling me, that's different. I mean, I've gone to page 10, and page 10 has no persons living with HIV, 2 dead Navy, Plejo story, and then 2017 STEM Innovation Winners Leave. That's what's on page 10. I've gone through other pages because sometimes you can miss the page, and it's not there. So the finder, you are cautioned. Because I really need the details of
the no news.
74.
Dog by dog, no news.
Let me engage. Can I go to Ikea? Ikea.
Annie.
So,
Laura.
Yes, Ikea.
Annie, this morning when I saw Laura, I asked Laura, what motivated you to come and defend this Azan tracker? And she said, what do you mean by it's Azan tracker? I said, is it not Azan tracker? Anyway, good morning to the people of Ghana. Annie, when it comes to our dear NPP, they are not transparent. We all know that. They try to cover up on things. And I always say that in 2016, when they were coming, they had specifics. I mean, they were specific. NDC has done this, and they will be specific on it. But when it's their turn to give us specifics, they don't have any specifics. And let me congratulate the good people of Ghana. They have done a good job. The NPP underestimated our intelligence and our vigilance level. They didn't dream that the good people of Ghana will take this performance tracker, scrutinize it very well, and come out and expose them. I don't think they dreamt of that. They thought, because things are hard and there is no money in the system, you might not even have internet to go to the performance tracker and scrutinize. Thank God people have gone and they have been exposed drastically. They have been exposed, and this is shameful. And when I went to the performance tracker website, they said, listen, about performance tracker, this is what they have written. They say, welcome to Performance Tracker. Our platform is designed to give Ghanaian citizens easy access to valuable information on the performance of the government of Ghana since 2017. Our achievement records come from 30 ministries organized to show projects undertaken by government as well as data on the outcome, impact, and beneficiaries of government interventions, enabling users to assess the effectiveness of these interventions. We believe showcasing our achievement, they say our achievement, they believe showcasing our achievements. Let's underline that. Our achievement can enhance transparency and accountability and build public trust in the government's ability to deliver on its promise. How then do you write on your website that you are showcasing your achievement, and then when that achievement is scrutinized, we realize that no way, it is, a lot of them are not your achievements, but other people's achievements that you have stolen to add to your achievement.
Mistakenly?
It's not mistakenly. It is intentional.
It's not intentional.
Annie, I have my opinion. I'm a Ghanaian. I have to see something and say something. What I'm saying is what I'm saying.
But stealing is a different matter.
Wait.
That has to be proven by court.
Are they saying that? Are they, the NPP, saying that the 67 items they put in their documents and claimed it was their project, are they saying that they did not verify before? Who did the survey? Who put the data together? You cannot get up and put data together without verifying the data. And you cannot come and publicize it into the domain of the public and tell us it is your project when we know it is not your project. And you have stated that it is your project. Then what else is it? It's Annie, I'm saying that it is intentional. That is what I am saying as a Ghanaian. I believe it is intentional. They thought we would not know. And Ghanaians, we are now discerning. And so we will know. And we know. And that is why we will vote for experience and not experiments. These are the group of people that experiment with everything. Performance tracker too, they are experimenting with it. Performance tracker means that the things you have done, come and tell the people of Ghana. You cannot come and add people's projects to it. If you delve deep, I'm sure you'll be told that your house that you are living in is part of their project. These are a group of people that don't tell the truth. They are not transparent. They always want to put up lies and throw it to us. Now, Annie, what are some of the lies in this performance tracker? Listen, the government tracker claims to have recruited 319,284 new individuals into the health sector. That is what the performance tracker is saying. Per Appendix 7 of the 2017 and 2023 budgets, the workforce under the Ministry of Health has increased by only 78,534 compared to the over 300,000 they are talking about. Are you saying that this is a mistake?
Read Appendix 7 again.
Appendix 7 of the 2017 and 2023 budgets says that the workforce under the Ministry of Health has increased by only 73,534 compared to the over 300,000 government is reporting. So, Annie, if the appendix says that you have recruited only 78,534, and you come and tell us in your tracker that it is...
No, the appendix 7 is limited to which year?
It's limited to 2017 and 2023, which is just last year.
Okay, 2017. Okay, it's from 2017.
Yes.
Okay.
And so if that's...
So under the same period is what's the 300 and something thousand has been?
No, their tracker is saying that 300... their tracker is mentioning something different from the appendix 7.
Yes.
And I'm saying to you that this cannot be a mistake like you are saying it's a mistake.
No.
It is intentional.
I'm asking is that the tracker says how many?
319,284.
And the same period?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Go ahead.
Now, this tracker goes on to say general job creation. Contradictions. 2024 budget, and take your pen and paper, right? 900,000 jobs in the private sector. That was what is captured in the 2024 budget. 1.4 million in the public sector. That is what is captured in the 2024 budget. Mr. Bawumia, when he went to the UPSA, told us that 970,000 jobs in the private sector, 1.2 million jobs in the public sector. Then when they slept and woke up and brought us the tracker. The tracker also danced and decided to give its own figure. The tracker says that 267,939 in the private sector and 1.8 million in the public sector. 3 different figures by the same government called MPP. What are they talking about that this is a mistake?
So the 2024 budget had
900,000 jobs in the private sector.
And then the public
And
sector had
1.4 million in the public sector.
And then we had the UPSA
Bawumia.
address. Public sector captured
970,000 jobs.
70,000.
In the private sector.
And then public sector
1.2 in the public sector.
And
then
then
Mr.
performance
Tracker. Mr. Tracker came with 267,939. They think we don't know figures. So they can come and mention the figures and we'll not know. I mean, why do you do that
and
to the people of
1.8
Ghana?
in the public sector?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Now let's ask Auntie Laura to tell us which of these 3 category of details of information is correct. Which of these 3 is correct?
Want me to come in?
Laura too. No, don't come in.
Don't mention
Let me continue. Meanwhile, Annie, we all know that the unemployment rate that was 8% is now 14%. So if they have created all these massive jobs, how come the unemployment rate has hit 14%? These are a bunch of jokers. They don't take us seriously. See, the astroturf you were talking about, they said Infantipim schoolboys, Infantipim old school alumni built an astroturf for their school, only for our dear tracker to capture that is a project under the NP
Government.
Why? Are you saying that this is a mistake? This is intentional. This is not a mistake. Now, my husband went to Bishop Herman. He's an old boy. He said that there's a block called the Giant Block. Oh, I can see your people. Why? Do you have Bishop Herman guys here? I love Bishop Herman guys, though. They are handsome, they are intelligent. Oh, yes, yes. Like my husband is very handsome and intelligent. Do you know my husband?
No, I don't know him.
Oh, he's very handsome. And excuse me if it's paining you when it gets your turn, say yours. Anyway, Annie.
Mr. Flair, good morning.
Annie,
Yes.
Bishop Herman's voice got so upset. You know, I was sleeping when he came to wake me up. Madam, get up, get up, get up. Your MPP tracker says that they have renovated a Giant's block. I think there's a block called the Giant's block. They have renovated it and it has been captured under the performance tracker. They have not done so, Annie. Actually, their building is even about collapsing. Can you imagine? Yet they have captured it. How can you tell me this is a mistake? When I say this is an Azan tracker, believe me, this can never be a mistake. It is intentional. Annie, tracker says the government has desilted Kole Lagoon in 2022. Now the assembly member
I think this one
and the people of Kole.
I'll take a break. I'll be
Annie,
back.
you can't take a break.
I'm taking a break.
After expose them. Annie, you
I'll
can't
be back.
take a break
I'll
on
be
this
back.
one.
You
No.
continue. When
Annie, you are trying
Oh,
to
when I
hide them.
come
I
in.
will-
All right, you're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana. I'm still in the studio with Nanekia Avle and also Laura Temusa Saka. Let me just do a quick one where if you want to be rich, then remember who's got the mullah got the power, and that is Ghana's newest game, Game Per Game Limited. So it draws at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily on Adum TV. So pick your computers and your tablets and download the Game Per Game app on your Play Store, and you can also play on the website is gamepargames.com or dial *946# on all networks. Just choose from the numbers 0 to 9 and start playing. It's easy to play and easy to win. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power, is regulated by the National Lottery Authority and not for persons under 18. Also, Betway Cash Out says that it's giving you more control over every thrilling bet you place. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable Cash Out in Ghana on Betway without any hassle. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Not for persons under 18. Is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. And Blue Jeans Energy drink has also been on the market for more than 20 years, and we're ready. We know what it does for the body. It contains nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, and taurine and guarana, so which are known to boost your strength and energy as well, promotes high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy drinks also available on the market. It's tried and tested. If you want bulk purchase, contact Budget Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 190 or 055 001 0000. All right, Nanika, you on the floor when I took the break. You were, I think, at Circle the Silting.
Annie, we need another performance tracker to track this performance tracker. The tracker needs to be tracked because the tracker seems to have picked people's items mistakenly or intentionally. And so we are tracking it now. The desilted Korle Lagoon. Tracker says that government has desilted the Korle Lagoon in 2022. Meanwhile, the assembly members told Joy FM that there is no any lagoon that has been desilted. They told Joy FM. Haven't you seen that news? Mm-hmm. They said they don't know about any government desilting any Korle Lagoon. And so it's a lie. And so why will you do that? Where is Auntie Cecilia Dapa? I have not heard about her for some time. Is she still around in Ghana? What happened to her case? Was her case finalized? Did we get a closure on her case?
Finality, we do not know, because I think the last time was the SP being directed to return her money. That's about it.
So that's about it. We've not heard from her. Auntie Cecilia, I greet you. Please let us know about this Korle Lagoon. Because as it stands, the assemblymen and the people are saying that there's no anything being desilted there. Please, we need answers. According to the tracker, ECG revenue went up by 25%. ABSA, Mr. Bawumia, when he was at ABSA, says that paragraph 87 of his speech said that it was 166% increment in the ECG revenue. Who do we believe now? Is it the tracker or is it the Bawumia? Please, they have to tell us. Annie, we need answers.
But Bawumia is not detached from the tracker. It's still government.
It's still government. So Bawumia told us that it's 166%. And the tracker also told us that 25%. It means the tracker is not communicating well with Bawumia. So Bawumia must ensure that he communicates well with the tracker. There should be a communication between the tracker and the people. I don't know whether the tracker is just doing its own thing and the people are also doing their own thing. And so the figures are all being jammed up, like that. We don't do things like that. As a government, you have to be serious with the people of Ghana. I always say that you have to be serious with the people that gave you the mandate. You cannot come and be mentioning figures and saying things anyhow. Online passport application. Annie, in 2016, I think the NDC started it. Performance tracker is creating the impression that it's solely the MPP job.
How?
MPP did it. And that is not true. Now, the funniest one is the one, they've deleted some of them. You know they've deleted some of them. And one of them contains...
Of the project captured.
Of the project captured. When we started talking, when we became very vigilant and started talking.
But having admitted that there are 67 wrongfully entered projects, they had to work on it as soon as possible.
Yes, they have to, but it shouldn't have been the case. If you claim you have brought performance track, at least we should see 1, 2 mistakes we will say it's normal. But if it's 67, it is not normal. It is not normal. It is not a good record. If you are trying to portray to us what you have done, and you can actually collect 67 things you have not done and add to what you have done, is that not lies? You can't do that. Now, the funny one is the Honorable Isaac Adongo is building. I think he's built some police station at Sherigu. MPP captured it, that they are the ones building it. Assembly Green. If you don't have projects, must you go stealing and taking other people's projects and saying it's yours? Now, the funny one too is that they claim speed, is it speed harms? The word is what? HUMPS.
Yes, harms.
It's harms. They said they have done speed harms. Hey, MPP. Is that one to an achievement?
I don't know what are speed. Is it speed rumps?
Yes. You know when you are driving there,
The hump, the rump.
it has been captured in the performance tracker that they have done some at Central, Commander,
I think I have that on the screen.
Edina,
The construction of speed
Oguafor.
humps.
When I used to go to Cape Coast,
That's what you have on the screen.
when I was going to when I used to go to Cape Coast way back, when I was in secondary school, there were speed humps on the road. How is that also an achievement? I did the Ministry of Roads. See,
But the
having
speed rumps, hold on, is it
speed
not part
humps
of,
is not an achievement.
Wait, is it not part of road construction? If you
So,
constructed a road,
If you have constructed a road and you have done speed humps, that one too is a big deal that needs performance tracker to capture it and give us details of it.
maybe
They don't have
where
things to
these
show.
speed rumps were constructed, there wasn't any major road activity. It's just a speed rumps that was constructed.
So did they construct a major road or they constructed
just speed rumps?
on
That's
what
what I want
road?
to believe.
On the existing road.
Yes.
And it is an achievement.
Yes.
In their domain, it is an achievement.
Yes.
Edio. It is not an achievement.
It is
my
an
dear.
achievement.
See, we are mandated to have good roads as citizens. We pay taxes. The taxes are
point
used
is
for
your
making
taxes
roads. Now,
were
when
used-
you build a
No,
road,
but your taxes
speed.
were used to construct those speed rumps.
So it's one of their
It's an
achievements.
achievement.
Congratulations to them. Anyway, do they achieve road markings too? Have they marked all the roads? Because there are lots of accidents on our road. We need road markings. You know the white things, they don't overtake, zebra crossing, and all those things. Didn't they achieve any of that?
I don't know yet.
Please, we need to ask them. They mark the roads. It's an achievement. Have they captured it in their performance tracker? The traffic lights we are driving on are all spoiled. These days, when you drive, more than 100 traffic lights are not working. They should fix it and capture it in their tracker. It's very important they do. So, no, Annie, I've not finished. In conclusion,
Please.
this NPP government is taking Ghanaians for granted. They are making fun of us. They are seriously making fun of us. It's no longer funny. It is a serious matter. And they should be embarrassed and they should be ashamed of what they are doing to the good people of Ghana who gave them the mandate. Now, this is the time we need an experienced person like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. These group of people experimenting with everything are not good leaders. That is why they have not won any exemplary leadership award. Please, we need to be careful. In 2020, in this 2024, 7th December, please do not be deceived by this group of people called the NPP. They will mess us up big time when we give them another mandate. And it is pathetic.
Loretta, you wanted to make some, just about
Honey,
2 minutes.
It's just sad that Nanekia will go on the tangent that she went and trying to make issues where no issues are. Look, he just confirmed the scary nature of the alternative, the empty nature of the alternative. Because no alternatives, no record, nothing. It's all about trivialities for them. It's quite ridiculous for Nanekia to say that we think Ghanaians won't see. Who puts together a system? Outdoors it. Take Ghanaians through it, even at the launch. Call citizens to come and have a test of it. And you say, well, we are not a group of people who think Ghanaians have a short memory. We are not. If they think Ghanaians have a short memory and don't remember the ridiculous things they did with their green book. This is no green book. This is no static document that the only version you can have online is a PDF. This is a live thing, web-based. 2, there's a website for it, there's an app. The convenience of it alone, if one cannot be accountable and transparent in this way, then I don't know what we are doing. But, Annie, you see, we need to understand data management. The tracker. What is the cutoff point of the data on it now? June 2023. When Dr. Baumia, and you see, I would have been surprised if Naneku had even spoken for 2 minutes without mentioning Dr. Baumia's name. Because when they hear his name, because of what he comes with, they get palpitations.
Of course.
They are scared of him because they know that their flag bearer comes nowhere near the innovation and the expertise of Dr. Baumia. But that's a discussion for now. When Dr. Baumia was outlining his vision, and he mentioned jobs, he was specific with the source of data, SNIT. Is SNIT the only source of data for employment in this country? Then you come back. Hey, Nanekuya.
No, hold on.
Please.
The data they brought about
Wait.
SNIT was a lie.
Look.
SNIT came up to give us the actual data. Please.
When you
don't lie about that.
go further on, right? When you go further on and talk about 2024 budget figures, you see, data comes. I just want her to know that data sources. No. Please, Nanekuya, please.
No, but the point
when you were dealing with this, I was very quiet. Annie,
Dr. Baumia's data
yes,
was not tallying with that of SNIT.
Exactly.
was not tallying by who?
Did you check?
By who?
Did you check the data?
By who?
By
No, you are
SNIT.
telling me a point was
You made a
made.
point about Dr.
Yes.
Baumia. You said
And
you
you've also made a point. I'm asking you.
And you referenced
By who?
SNIT. That Dr. Baumia referenced
Yes,
SNIT.
that was what was in the vision.
Did you see the data the SNIT boss also put out on
The SNIT,
employment?
I haven't seen the data. But Annie.
It didn't
don't
tally.
Don't go out of my
It didn't
context.
tally.
You see,
Baumia said
data,
something
when it
else.
comes to data
Smith
management,
said
like
something
she's
else.
talking
So please,
about,
your datas are all wrong.
maybe when she starts following her flag bearer around the country, she will understand these things. When you are putting data together, you just don't pick a phone and call and say, send me this data. This is information we are putting down for every citizen, in every region, in every district, in every nook and cranny of this country that we've touched. 261 districts, 16 regions, MDAs, and all that. Data comes at the various levels, and someone has to put these data below. Errors will happen. We haven't denied that. We've admitted that. But this triviality that you keep making of people's needs shows that you have nothing to offer and the alternative is empty. Because if you sit down here and trivialize the desilting of
You have
Kole
not
Lagoon,
desilted
that
Kole
has
Lagoon.
been
The people
an
are saying
issue.
you've not desilted it.
Maybe you haven't gone and checked the Gamma project.
I've driven past through the place.
Maybe you haven't gone and
I
checked
live
the
in
Gamma
Ghana.
project.
I mean, you can't
When
be
they say,
saying
when
things
you
have
people
not
sat
done.
in here, slept on sanitation, and all that you can say is when you come, you scrap that in there. Let's go back. When you were sitting here, because you ignore sanitation, people
What
died
did you
of
do with
cholera.
sanitation?
People died of cholera, a disease that nobody should die from if we pay attention to our sanitation. So, Annie, when they come here and sit down here and trivialize the needs of people, you can go around. When you follow your flag bearer around this country, you should make time. Don't sit in Accra and think that it's all about Accra. Go, and you'll be amazed at the little things that makes a difference in people's lives in this country.
Like stealing
Follow
the
your
Honorable
flag bearer.
Adongo's police station.
Follow your flag
Is
bearer.
that your
Look,
project?
when you are asking for
Is that your
when you are
project?
asking for projects and data from MMDAs, the municipal and all that. Look, when they are talking about projects, they don't discriminate. So if you are looking for number of projects, number of maybe schools, an NGO may have built one. Maybe a company may have done that, but for the district, once it falls under the public, they capture it as part of the schools. So all these errors. Oh, honey, they do. They do. When a CSO, when a CSO, listen to me. When a company goes to build maybe a school for a district, and they hand it over to the district, when the district is capturing schools, would they capture it or not? So some of these errors may occur. It's not like there are projects all over the country that have been done and have been captured. So those errors can happen.
Let's do
yes,
a
go
very
ahead.
honest,
Yes,
intellectual
go.
analysis
No, why?
to the
Who is doing?
So that we're not
who is
taking people for
portraying
granted.
this one? Of
the
course.
fact that
yes.
we are development agents doesn't mean that people who are watching us don't even understand what development is. When you are capturing projects under the
government,
when you are capturing projects under the maybe the assembly, you want to capture all schools, whether by government or by NGO or by. It is different when you're taking that statistics solely for that particular district.
Yeah.
But when government sets out that I am capturing projects that I use taxpayers' money to build, you cannot tell me. Then they should leave it on the tracker. They shouldn't tell us a
No,
mistake.
Annie. But also, let's also go back to it. Even the mistakes that were determined, that was released at 67, it didn't necessarily say they were wrong projects.
But it said what?
It didn't necessarily say they were wrong projects. Yes.
Captured projects
yes.
that were not supposed to, right? We're
but not
saying
necessarily, yes. But whichever way, if you're talking about honesty, how honest can one be to admit? We haven't come out and said, no, it's sacrosanct, it's perfect. We've admitted that there are mistakes in it. How honest and how accountable can a government be?
No, but Laura, you can't
how
say that
honest
you're not
and how accountable. But you see, that's why I'm saying that 13,000.
And there's more. I'm sure
13,000. And you see, there's a lot of feedback. There's a lot of feedback that the team is receiving. And all those ones are being there. So even how accountable can you be if you're not being honest to the people? So whatever is the transparency of it. It's not about sitting here and belittling people's needs at the lower levels. And Annie, let me tell you, the same person that is dealing with the data. Because when you go into a district, you have a works department. You have other departments. You have the public health and all that. They all have to bring all that data in.
Okay.
Putting that data together will come with it, dealing with huge gap. But look, 13,000 plus projects. 67. Let's even assume there are projects that will take
you have 2 minutes, but it's taking more than 2 minutes. Helga says that 67 teething projects. Wow, okay. She didn't add anything. Annie, good morning. The people of Ghana will not allow the NPP get away with their lies, especially, okay, you are giving it names. The tracker is waste of public funds. Alhaji Haruna sent that in. This one says that the Zango Development Fund, Annie, okay, this is Baumia promising to put $50 million every year into the Zango Development Fund. He made this statement in 2017. The Zango Development Fund should at least have 400 million already. In fact, at the time that the person was writing the article, it was 2023. So the calculation should have developed, it should have generated about $350 million, right, by 2023. But now that we're in 2024, we are just in April. We're just in April, so maybe it will come, I don't know. So that is the amount that we expect it to have been generated. But you didn't add your name to it. Good morning, Annie. Please ask Larati whether she is happy about the NPP's achievements in the Zangos on the tracker. The Zango, we deserve better. Horoya Ali from Nima sent that in. Annie, do you remember under the JSS regime, the government said that he has constructed roads. What was the NPP opposition response? ABBEY road, we go chop. Okay. Why don't we have dialysis machines at the hospitals, leading to the death of some kidney patients? Haircuts, pension bonds, gas, petrol, diesel prices, and increased corruption galore in government. Dumso day in, day out. Let's vote them out. I also, Henry Corte. Okay, Papa Bisu, you sent us in. Thank you. Henry from Kofodia says that when your fundamentals are weak, your own performance tracker will expose you. And do you know that I still can't find the National Cathedral on the tracker? The future is pregnant. Come to think of it, should the National Cathedral be captured
in the tracker? Yes.
On the tracker.
They have to capture it and tell us where they've gotten to.
I mean, it's a question that I really want people to respond to that. If you can write on your page and tag me, because I want answers. Should, because, yes, I mean, the reason is because it started from a personal promise between the then candidate Nanado and God. And then he became president. And then it got to the point where we said it was going to be built from contributions and donations. And then later we realized that they had transmogrified into
metaphors. There's an English something like that.
Yeah, metamorphosed. Yeah. You know, into state funding, right? So then it means that it has to be captured.
Yes.
As government projects.
Of course.
Okay.
So Annie, when
hold on, just a moment.
When you finish, let me talk about the cathedral.
Tracker is an attempt to mislead Ghanaians into believing that the MPP government has done something, but in the actual fact, they have performed abysmally, considering the abundant resources borrowed. They say, to whom much is given, much is expected. They can't point out monumental investments like Terminal 3, a Trouble gas plant, and University of Ghana Medical Center, you say. Okay, Kizito from Temai says that, good morning, Annie. If you live under the rhetorical government, which always wants to compare itself with the past government, this is what happens. How can they even capture Tema Naval Base Quarters, which was built by JDM as part of their achievements? No wonder they have rebranding the Ameri power plant for the relaunch and they claim to be achievement never again for this government, you say. So, actually, that's what I was getting to first. But Mansa Musa says, Annie, trivialization in political discourse must stop. Surely, the NPP government has spent huge amounts of money on the projects and programs. The opposition should not damage their message by dismissing everything from the NPP. The main issue here is whether the government has made prudent use of such huge resources made available to them. And for this, we can safely say the NPP government has, on this occasion, short-changed Ghanaians and have disappointed all. Thanks and good morning from Mansa Musa, UK. Mansa Musa, good morning to you. Well, that's the reason why I was also asking how much we put in the Zongo Development Fund so we can account to that. The Great Hall of Accra gulped over $500 million, which is not on the tracker. Another $245 million went into the African Games. We are at the IMF begging for $360 million loan for stringent conditionalities. What kind of people are we? Well, I like the way you ended. What kind of people are we? Not necessarily a government, but the people, right? But, you know, on the terminal plant power project, Kumasi Thermal Power Project to address water and power quality. The commissioning of the Kumasi 1 Thermal Power Project on Wednesday, April 17, by President Akufo-Addo is said to address water and power quality issues in Kumasi, voltage and power quality issues in Kumasi and northern parts of Ghana by boosting system voltages and thus improving overall system stability. The Volta River Authority, VRA, the president will be supported at the event at Anyumaso, Kumasi. Did I pronounce it correctly? The project site by the Asante Hilton Force to the second Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, and CEO of the VRA, Engineer Emmanuel Enchi Dakwa, in a brief by the authority, it said that the move comes on the back of the grid impact study undertaken by the Ghana Grid Company, that's GridCo, recommending a minimum of 250 megawatts of power generation, which required the Ashanti region to guarantee the reliability. Okay, we have the commissioning picture. I think I want producers to put on the screen so that persons know what's going to happen on the 17th of April, in 2 days' time. We have the commissioning of the Ameri that's being moved. But let me just read this. Can we have the flyer? Can we have the flyer on the screen? Okay, that's it. So commissioning of Kumasi 1 thermal power plant. Kumasi 1 thermal power plant. Anwaso Kumasi, 17th April 2024. Now we have about, the time we got the flyer was 5 days more. Now we have about 2 days more. So 2 days, 2 or 3. So rebranding of ABBEY, an attempt to hoodwink voters. Eduji. Godwin Eduji Tamako, Director of Legal Directories for the National Democratic Congress, NDC, has expressed concerns about the government's alleged plan to rename the ABBEY power plant as the Kumasi 1 thermal power plant. The Volta River Authority, in a recent Facebook post, announced the commissioning of the Kumasi 1 thermal plant at Anyumaso in the Oforiko municipality of the Ashanti region, Wednesday, April 17, 2024. So remember that some time ago we're talking about the ABBEY plant being moved to Kumasi, and it's nothing big. It's this one, it's happening. So, but it's nothing big. Is it something big?
Well, that's your opinion, Annie. Let's continue.
I'm asking. I want your opinion too.
No,
okay.
Continue.
Okay. So, what should we expect? Are we really renaming it?
No, but Annie, I mean, this is not about renaming or renaming. Who is the plan for? The plan is for the people of Ghana. It's for the government of Ghana.
So why bother
renaming? Is there plan for ABBEY?
So why bother?
Whichever way, Annie. Look, as you mentioned, when you speak to the technical people, this is going to be a game changer in the energy sector. Because apart from all our plants are on the coastal areas. So apart from it enhancing the capacity, dealing with voltage issues, it's also going to enhance and reduce cost. Imagine transmitting from the coast to the middle belt and what they call the upper belt. So if you have it, and they have demarcations of load areas. When you talk to them, Accra is the biggest load area or largest load area, and Kumasi is next. Okay. So siting it in Kumasi will enhance capacity, will enhance voltage issues, and also reduce costs. So I think we need to focus on what the big deals and ignore the tangential issues. Is a plan for ABBEY? It's not.
Okay, Nanika.
Annie.
Kumasi 1 thermal plant.
Dear.
It's nothing. It's for the people. So why are you worried?
You know, the main reason they have relocated is because of transmission losses. You know, when you transmit, you lose some. And so they have relocated. Now, the question I want to ask the MPP, why do you relocate the ABBEY instead of bringing another plant closer to Kumasi and calling it Kumasi 1?
Answer that.
Let me finish. Instead of relocating the ABBEY and calling it Kumasi 1, what? Kumasi 1 what?
Power plant or something like that.
Kumasi 1 plant.
Why? Kumasi 1 power plant.
You do not want to be innovative. You don't want to come up with your own project from scratch. You always want to jump on Mohammed's projects that he has brought to the good people of Ghana. And after jumping on it too, you now have the guts to also call him names that he didn't solve the doom so. Meanwhile, this ABBEY you have gone to capture into Kumasi was done under
the name is Kumasi 1 thermal power plant.
So this ABBEY you have captured under Kumasi 1 thermal plant was done under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. You will not admit that he did well by bringing the ABBEY. Supposing there was no ABBEY, what will you carry to the Kumasi? What would they have carried to go and name it Kumasi 1 something? There is ABBEY because the visionary leader decided to solve the Dunso holistically. Today we owe IPPs over $1.5 billion. You are not able to pay. Instead of focusing on paying your debts so that the Dunso we are struggling with will cease, you have decided to carry the ABBEY to Kumasi. And as if that is not enough, you have decided to rename it like all the other universities you have been renaming. Now, when they rename universities all over the place. Do you know the cost
of renaming?
Yes. Do you know the cost of renaming universities? See, letterheads changes, call cards will change. Everything everything about the school must be reprinted all over again.
And resources that they have already go waste.
Yes, and the resources that they have. So if the school had this book that is called, let's say, Antiadwa University, and then
there's a letterhead.
And no, a book. Let's say they have a book.
Oh, yeah.
A book with their school name. You have renamed it. So all the existing book that has the existing name has gone to waste. You need to reprint all the books all over again.
But maybe the schools didn't necessarily do that. Maybe they would just wait until if they have to print new documents.
No, it doesn't work like that. How will the registrar of a university say, okay, I'm not going to print my call cards again?
Yeah.
I'm going to wait until when? Once you've changed my university, my call cards must reflect as such.
Yeah.
You can't come and tell me you are a registrar at...
But you're also saying you're going to change it back to their original names when you come back, when you come into government.
No, what was the change in the first place? What was the meaning of the change in the first place? Now, listen. For instance, University of Development Studies, Navrongo, you have changed it to C.K. Tandem University. Was that necessary? Was that necessary? Then, University of Development Studies, you have changed it to Simon Diadon Dombo University.
It's not Dombo, it's Dombo.
Dombo.
You know, as the MPP says,
which is easier to,
three names.
Which is easier to even pronounce. I attend University of Development Studies. Now, I attend Simon Diadon Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development. What kind of unnecessary stress is this? So these MPP people will not let us have peace. They want to stress us in every area of our lives. I mean, Annie, this is not funny. This is not funny.
No one is laughing.
Annie, this is a serious matter. It's not funny. What is the sense in this? What is the sense in this? MPP, what is this? Mama, Annie, you've laughed, you are crying. Don't worry, to be well. Whole Technical University, Ephraim Amu Technical University, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Sunyani, Professor Kofi Abrefa Buzia University, University of Education, Winneba. How I used to love that place. I mean, my friends used to attend there. Oh, I attend University of Education at Winneba. So beautiful. Now, do you know the name? Akantan Apia Minka University of Skills and Entrepreneurial Development. University of Mines and Technology. George Grant University of Mines and Technology. When you know, what is going on in this MPP? As if when they sleep and they wake up, then they just want to do something to either make us angry or we don't even get it anymore. This renaming of universities, Annie, had no basis. Waste of resources, waste of human time, waste of everything. Now you have jumped from the university, pump, into energy sector, gone to carry a Mary, Kumasi something. What is the meaning of this? And are you sure these people in government are okay? I'm not even joking. Doesn't it surprise you? No, listen, what is going on in this country? Annie, what is going on with this MPP and what they are doing in this country? Don't you get surprised?
Okay, time is out.
I really get surprised about them. Look, it's like they are on another planet, and we, the good people of Ghana, we are also on another planet because they are behaving strangely.
Okay,
it's obvious that Nanaya is on another planet.
I'm not Nanaya, I'm
Nanekia. You sit here this morning. Ignore the impact that the plant is being moved. The impact it will make in the situation when it comes to power of the people of the middle belt and the upper belt. Ignore
but
it.
The government did not ignore.
Listen,
the government
she
also
asked the question.
The
She asked the question. Why are we moving it if we are not?
So
if not for the impact, you could have. If it was all about renaming, you can rename a plant. You can rename a plant anyway. You don't need to move it if we are not. But you see, she asked the question about why wouldn't you buy another plant rather than moving a Mary? Annie, when they planted in Doom for 4 years, what did we say? It wasn't a generation issue. It was a
Did
money
the
issue
NDC
for them.
solve the Doom
So we won't go.
Did we solve
and
Doom
go
song?
and
Tell us
no,
yes
we
or
didn't.
no.
We,
did it.
we
Yeah,
won't
come
go
out. Bawumia said we solved
and
Doom
go
song.
and
Bawumia said we
overpay.
solved
Oh,
Doom song.
come on,
Us
come on.
HMOs said
Please
we
keep
solved
quiet.
Doom
Let me
song.
talk.
All your people
Keep
have said
quiet.
we have solved the Doom
Respect
song. So
yourself.
don't make reference to that. You will not speak to that. Don't lie.
Listen,
They
we
all said we
will
solved the
go
Doom song.
and go and take a middleman, a Mary, and go and buy
solved
twice.
them, so.
Go and buy
Yeah,
twice
condemning
the
that
price of
maybe
it.
you have
It's
solved
called
the remake.
prudence.
Did you solve them,
If
so?
you have capacity,
Did you
reorganize the
did the NPP
capacity
solve
and make it
Annie,
work.
she's condemning
Did you
the
solve
American
If
their
we
rename
want
though.
to, since we came into power,
Hey.
until
No, I'm
recently,
asking,
what
did you
happened?
solve them, so? Did you
Did you
put
see a
in
timetable in
capacity
2016?
to-
Did you see a Doomsaw timetable
So
in
that's why we're not
2016?
having timetable.
Did you see a Doomsaw timetable in
You don't want to
2016?
establish that
What
there's
is it?
Doomsaw.
What
That's
the
why we're not
explanations
getting
that have been
timetable.
given? What explanation? You don't buy into that. You don't believe the people. What I'm telling you is that we move in America.
I don't believe which people.
We
I
move in
believe what
America
I see
to
in my house.
Our woman so is prudence. It's good use for money.
Okay.
You go and buy a plant
Okay.
when you don't have capacity issues and come and put it there. Go and buy and pay over 290 million
Do you know what's
cedis
called-
extra
do you know what's called
to a
energy
middleman.
security? Do you know what's called
Who
energy
is it?
security?
Come again.
She doesn't
Annie,
know.
do we have capacity issues? Do you have generation?
do you know what's
do we
called
have generation
energy
capacity
security?
issue? Do you have generation capacity issue? As you said, do we have generation capacity
Okay.
issues? So
Annie,
the
Annie,
prudent
give me 1
thing
minute.
is
I need to
not to
speak
go
to
and
something.
buy
Annie, 1 minute.
another
Annie,
plan,
no.
but
Oh,
move
Annie, 1
and
minute.
reorganize
Your
your
1
power
minute is
issues.
wasting time.
So don't
The
go on the
original cost-
tangential
let me give
issues.
you, the original cost of transporting the Ameri to Kumasi was quoted by the operator 25.
Go on to VRA website, you get
Let me
everything.
finish. Was quoted by the operator $25.48
Alternative is really
million
empty.
dollars. All
Is
right?
what?
It was quoted by the operator
As what?
as $25.48 million dollars.
That's against you buying America an extra 290 million.
However, the Minister of Energy in a letter to VRA quoted it $35.6 million
Honey,
instead of
It's
negotiating
called
the
prudence.
price
They don't
down.
understand.
It's so explain
Go
it
and
to
buy
us.
a
It's called
plant
what?
and pay extra
It is called
290
what?
million.
It is
And you sit there and you are
was
talking
when-
about
that
20
was
million
when
and
the people
35
of Ghana
million.
got up
You get
and
it.
then spoke about
You
it.
sat here.
Yeah.
At least it's just a
Right.
name being changed. We are not
You're
rebranding for
saying
3
that the
million.
indifference
We are not
is-
rebranding
The
buses.
indifference is
We are
what?
not branding buses
I
for
mean,
3
you are doing
million.
things
It's a
haphazardly,
plant.
thinking we will not see.
We are not branding
We are catching
buses
you
for
every
3 million.
minute.
We'll be back shortly.
Wait.
Welcome back to the program. Good morning, Ghana. We're on with trends and welcome back after how many weeks?
2 weeks.
Hey, a bit chilly.
It was very necessary. It was very, very necessary.
I hope everything went well, though.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, the reason why I took it was to accomplish it. So.
Okay.
Anyways, let me start with some of the Good Morning Ghana messages, comments under the show whilst it was going on. If we cannot have it here, let's get some from here.
Okay, you can read it. If
Yeah,
it's
I want to read a few before we get the ones that. But Good Morning Ghana is trending as well. Mary is trending. Davido is also trending. But I'll be bringing you that. Okay, why am I not getting your comments? Okay. Okay. So Zakaria Bawumia is being tracked by its own tracking device. Okay. And Ghanaians need a leader who is incorruptible to manage the affairs of this country. Dr. Bawumia is the best man for Ghana. Okay. Why do you bring Bawumia in this? An incorruptible man is the one who has one religion and stands by it faithfully. One who is not tossed about by every passing wind. Joyce Ochina says so. Okay. The biggest scandal in the history of Ghana is Ijapadeo. Okay, so I want to read some of the comments from here as well. Nanado says, the Ameri plant has been paid off and now the plant belongs to Ghana. So what this Laratu lady is talking about? Okay, so this one says, well done for taking these... I'm not going to read that.
It's okay, jump it.
So I don't know why they always attack Laura too. Like, especially when you check their names, they are mostly Muslim people that they are always bashing it.
But
They are
it doesn't
doubting
matter.
that
These are issues.
they are doubting that Loratu is not, a true Muslim. But away from that, you talked about their married deal as well. I mean, the rebranding or renaming of it and all that. And yes, that is also trending. So let's take a few of the comments on Twitter as well. Okay, so after telling outrageous lies about the 250 MW ABBEY power plant produced and installed by the Mahama administration in 2015, the Akufo-Addo government has relocated 6 out of the 10 turbines to Anwomaso in the Ashanti region at a cost of $40 million and is seeking to call it by another name. That is spelled Kwachi Ofusu. So they berated the previous government for the $50 million ABBEY deal, $500 million ABBEY deal. They are still yet to show any reasonable wrongdoing for or prosecute anybody for saying. They renegotiated it to $1.5 billion and extended the agreement when they assumed office. This week, they are going to waste taxpayers' money to commission this very ABBEY plant after relocating and renaming it. Where is the wisdom? Receipts guy says so. This Akufo-Addo Bawumia-led government can never be trusted with the nation's resources. How can you complain about the cost of the ABBEY plant only to turn around and spend over 547 million Ghana cedis, equivalent to $35 million, just for the relocation of the plants from Takoradi to Kumasi? Thus, is daylight robbery. Breaking news, Bawumia gave executive approval of the renegotiated ABBEY deal, which was inflated by $800 million. But for the vigilance of the NDC minority in parliament, Bawumia and his boss would have pocketed this cash. Attempting to steal is still stealing. ABBEY power plant to be renamed by the NPP government. What's really the purpose for the so-called renaming? Politicians never seems to amaze me. Frankenstein, the international bad man, okay? Quite interesting comments over there. But lastly, so when I was coming to work this morning, I saw a video of Davido. 3 seconds video. It was like he was in his pajamas begging. You can barely hear what he was saying. But if we have the video, maybe we can play it and then we read some of the comments. Okay, that's the video. Okay, so before I read that comment, people are saying that David has cheated again. And it's so sad because there are pictures of him, taking mirror images with a said lady.
Right.
And this particular video